Hey everybody, Voltas here, coming through your speakers. And today we have a 1v1 matchup on Shattered Temple. This is part of the Gigabyte Season 5 Challenge Tournament. I believe that's a European tournament. Because, you know, they're paying out money in euros, so that's a good indicator, as well as both of our competitors are European. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that, even though I haven't done a lot of research on the tournament itself. And it looks like Season 6 is coming up, and this thing was posted to the interwebs just yesterday, so fresh off the interwebs replay frying pan. Alright, let's get these guys introduced. In the right-hand side of Shattered Temple is our green Protoss player, Grubby! And in the upper kind of 1 o'clock position on Shattered Temple, we have our Terran blue player, and this is Virus's Naama! Now, a little bit more about our two competitors. Naama is actually a Finnish gentleman. He originally started in real-time strategy games with Warcraft 3, but didn't really have any kind of significant showing. And then in the StarCraft 2 early betas, he kind of made quite a name for himself in the Finnish environment, and has kind of expanded out from there, and is obviously in this European tournament. And then Grubby, a little more popular. I've heard of him. He is from the Netherlands, so again, another European challenger. His cybernetics core going down. I'll kind of do both at the same time. We've got an SEV coming in to check out what he's doing over there, and then we've got the probe over here doing some early poking around, just trying to investigate what builds are going on. Nothing too unusual on either side, but Grubby here, he is he actually headed over. A lot of times we see some European or even American players, they'll go over and they'll try their hand at the GSL, which is the Korean leagues. Totally different meta game. You know, everybody says the Koreans are like monumentally different and better than say the European or American, but I'd have to disagree. I think they just play a little different, which tends to mess up the European American players. They do focus a lot more, so maybe they're a little better, but they're definitely not unstoppable. I've seen some European and American players challenge them quite well. So anyway, Grubby, I think he's tried his hand over in the Korean scene, and obviously he's still stuck around in the European scene. And so, you know, he's kind of expanded and grew in his influence. Now, this replay was listed as a pretty good replay, so I'm hoping to see some good stuff out of these guys. If you guys want to know where I get a lot of my replays, I got a few different sources, but one of my main sources is GoShoeGamer.net, which is, you know, it focuses on a lot of European play. So let's get into this game. Looks like there's some action going on. We've got the one stalker over here. It looks like he poked around a little bit. We've got a little fight over the Zalnaga Tower. Looks like we had this Reaper up here poking in, doing some investigation, which is pretty common. We do have one single Marauder going out here. We got 2 barracks down. We got a factory coming up, 2 gas, so we're gonna see some maybe some kind of mech play out of Naama. And then on the Protoss side, let's get up our build information. He's got his Robo Bay. Cybernetics core is almost finished with gateways. Probably going to pop down a few more gateways, which it looks like he's got at least 2 there. That's a little shy. He's got 2 gas. Reaper over here reaping. Reapers reap. Checking things out. Going to do some pot shots, and he gets destroyed by the sentry. I'm surprised that glowing flashlight of death destroyed him, but Reapers are a little fragile. A little more fragile than they were in beta. A little more fragile. For a good reason, because I think they were quite the force early on in the games. Cranking up my mouse sensitivity over there, if you saw that little view. Okay, we do have an Immortal coming onto the field, and he did get rid of that. I believe this is a GSL map where they put that neutral supply depot down to prevent any kind of block off. All right, now we do have a pretty good timing push from Naama. Tries to put down a bunker and fails. The SCV goes down, and it looks like he's just gonna pull back. Oh, nice force field, and he's gonna lose that Marauder and that Marine. Well done, well done. That was some excellent micro from Grubby. What ended up to be somewhat of a timing push with Marine and Marauders on Naama's side ended up to be a pretty decent loss early on in the game. And it didn't even really interrupt, didn't even stutter step Grubby in his early expansion, which really, that's what Terran tries to do with that early kind of timing push, is at least disrupt an early expansion. And then we see Naama over here, he's kind of fallen behind then. He invested heavily in that, and he's just now getting ready to do an expand. Looks like he's building up, and he goes ahead and pays for the expansion. He does have a significant build. He does have 3 barracks. He's got a Banshee coming out now to do some additional harassment. Hopefully this kind of harassment is going to be a little bit more successful. It looks like he is bringing some Marines and a Marauder down in the middle, so possibly going to try to do a multi-pronged attack. The Banshee does go in here to do his harassment and sneakily hides along the top, if you can see. I hit the camera thing, but here's the engagement at the front. The Banshee probably did try to go up here, and he is going to try to go down here and do the harassment at the natural. Overall, and sorry about the chaotic cameras, I flipped back and forth between different views and the camera popped up. Anyway, the Banshee did minimal amounts of harassment. We're looking at him. He does have 6 kills. So I'd say the Banshee paid for himself. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the number of Marines and Marauders that were sent into that fray. I just don't think that was a very good value add push. This Banshee hopefully can continue to add value, but he's down to a measly 10 health, and now he's down to no health. So overall, it was worth it to push in, and I do like the aggression from Naama, but as far as a cost to benefit ratio for the effort he's put forth so far, I wouldn't say that he's winning. Where's my units lost? Units lost, L, remember that, everyone. Yeah, it does look like the Terran has lost almost double, but not too much. So he's lost like 500 more resources as far as units, so he's still not on the good end of things. Now, okay, we do have a timing push from Grubby. He's got an Immortal, he's got the Zealous. Can he stop this barracks? And the barracks, the bunker goes down. Pardon me, bunker. He's trying to put up another bunker. Got the SCVs coming in to try to defend, but most of the damage is done. And you know, he's losing mining time. See, even though that was fended off, losing mining time, as far as efficiencies of pushes and aggressions, I still think Grubby is a little bit ahead. Not too far ahead. I don't think Naama is out of the game, but he's slowly getting behind. And you know, I see this in a lot of the top end play. It's just those little mistakes. They start adding up. Next thing you know, you're a base behind. You're a couple upgrades behind, and you get mowed over. Now it does look like Grubby is going over here, and he is going to take down this gold expansion and try to get that set up for his 3rd base, which will be pretty good for him to have a 3rd base over there. And okay, so he's got a significant number of units right now. Nothing too hateful. I think he is trying to set up to expand to that gold base. He's got a pylon over here. I'm not sure what that is for. He is getting sell at charge, so he's going to continue to upgrade his at least tier 1 or gateway units, as we call them. He does have this warp prism. I'm not sure what's going to go on with that. You know, since the recent patch where the warp prism, you know, they stopped making them out of paper. And I think that this one is well, yeah, it's 100 shields, 100 HP. So they're not necessarily made out of paper anymore. People have been using them for a variety of things. Drops, you know, that temporary pylon capabilities. It looks like right now he's just using it. He's got it on kind of a scout maneuver, running around to see what's going on there. Now there is somewhat of a push to the center for our Protoss player. No real upgrades set up yet. Okay, we got the first upgrade in place, and the second one is about done, and Zealot legs are going to be in place. So it looks like he's trying to conduct some kind of timing push. Got the Zelnaga tower. These Marines are going to kind of scope out what's going on and see that there is some kind of timing push from Grubby. Maybe he probably didn't want to reveal his hand or use that many force fields for just 3 Marines. He probably didn't want him to go back to base to report in. Unfortunately, that's not the way this game works. They did report in instantaneously. But, yeah, I'm not sure why he used like 30 force fields for 3 Marines. Maybe he thought that there was more coming and he was just going to wheedle those out. Now he's got his Zealot over here to kind of scope out to see when Naama plans on expanding to his 3rd base. The front door is pretty much well guarded at this point. I like the fact that he didn't push in with those troops, because with these tanks up here, with these with these bunkers, probably wouldn't have been too good. Now we do have a couple almost full. All right, those are just dropping. Thought he was going to do some kind of drop play with those Marines, but that did not occur. It looks like we do have the gold base now up for Grubby. And then down here, our Terran player is just now starting to eke away at the gold and do an expand there. But again, Grubby is just that little bit ahead, and that little bit ahead is, you know, that'll add up in the end. But we'll see. You know, you can always do a couple good attacks and make up for those faltering times early on in the game. And I think as you move further into the late game, those falters or those stutter steps at the beginning of the game matter less. Early on, you can just end up dead for those little things. But later, when everybody's running 200, and it's about number of bases and production and supply, it really doesn't matter that you lost a few troops earlier on. Alright, so we do have this War Prison coming in here, and it looks like it brought in something, but this Viking is going to scare it off. Looks like he is going to now see this pylon over here, and the War Prison goes down. Looks like these guys tried to go in there. Looks like there was a small engagement. I guess I missed out on a bunch of Guardian shields that went up for the Protoss. It looks like Terran is trying to push out his wall, his tank marauder bunker wall. Very common for Terran to go ahead and do that. They are bringing the command center over to this base, and he has double expanded out to this little outcropping up here where he's got a PF, aka Planetary Fortress, in place. So really, to be honest, Naama has really kind of stepped up and increased his macro game, where those early falters are a moot point. All right, Grubby is going to push in, finally take out this wall. Take out, it looks like, can he get this? Okay, he's got storms going down. He's trying to prevent that bunker from getting repaired. And he is going to get pushed back. Not just pushed back, but wiped out. There you go. It's now back to ground zero. Everything that Grubby achieved early on with those little wins has been decimated with this engagement that went poorly for him. He lost all of his army. And Naama's macro game is in full gear. He's got 2 more bases. Suppose Grubby's also got an additional base down here. He's just a little bit behind. But, you know, honestly, everything he had as an advantage is now evaporated. If you look at the units lost tab, he's up to 9,000 resources to the 7,332 resources that our Terran player had. So it's back to a clean slate. It's pretty much a straight up game here. We got another engagement, a small little engagement with Zealots going on up here, but that will easily be pushed off by this Terran wall that is well crafted and that destroyed the last set of armies. Yeah, so this is gonna turn into one of those stalemate games, and I see these guys dividing up the map already. Looks like this might go a little bit longer than, say, the 10-15 minutes. I've noticed, I think the average game for a pro game is between 10 and 15 minutes. We're up to the 22-24 mark. Oh, and by the way, since we kind of got this lull on the plate, I do get a few comments, I should say, on my channel on how to improve my channel and my casting, and one of them is simple as just putting this little timer clock down here, and I have put that up, so I forget the guy that requested that, but input like that is greatly appreciated. I've got a few solid subscribers now. I'm happy about that, and more than willing to grow this out more, so keep the comments coming, and I'll try to incorporate it all and service the esports community as best I can. Now we do see these Banshee. This Banshee here is effectively stalling any kind of play down here, and it looks like he's out of power, and these Stalkers are going to get him at least out of there. Not some bad harassment there. Pretty much stop this thing from doing anything. Now we do have Colossi on the field, and he does have the +1 attack, and I believe I'd have to look on the where is it robotics. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that he's already done his research on the extended thermal lance. There's a way to indicate whether or not. And then we do have 3 armor. So 3 armor and now shields, and we've got graviton boosters coming up. So we've got an interesting set of upgrades going in for Grubby. Oh, all right. So that guy is going to be useless after those couple EMPs. So we do see some ghosts on Naama's side. Pretty common, nice little mix of troops. We've got tank, bio play, pretty standard. Not a lot of mech play. I like seeing a lot more mech play from Terran. I think it's underutilized. It's a little tricky, and I think it's got some gotchas, is what it is. It's good for about 90% of the time, but then depending on what you're matched up against, it can be like a giant face palm, because you've got a bunch of mech troops that you cannot easily just crank out more of, and not enough barracks to back it up, and you lose your main army, and then it's just a giant face palm from there. But I have seen some pro players use it to extreme efficiency, and hopefully we'll see more of it. As far as the Protoss ball is fully intact and fully functional, both sides at 200 and 200. So yeah, now it's just a matter of micro, being able to manage your macro and how much damage you can do. Looks like Protoss is trying to nibble away up here. He's got a couple stalkers up here going to try to take down some supply depots. He's got his ball running out front. And then finally a response to this little pop-up from Grubby. Nothing too hateful. Like I said, the map is being divided up evenly by these two. Just kind of stalking around. Looks like they're gonna... Looks like the Protoss found a little bit of a vulnerability up here. Got rid of that turret. Was able to push up. I like how he's pushing up with just a couple stalkers, just to be downright annoying, you know? And then he's got some Colossi in play. Sorry, I had to take a little sip there. That's really rude as a caster, by the way, drinking. I think Day 9 does it, and he even admits it's rude. But every once in a while, when you go long, you know, we're up to 28 minutes here. You need a little something to clear your throat. Like I said, I am kind of new to casting, and one of the things that I've noticed is I'm quite the talker, and I do like talking, and I love talking about StarCraft. But you know, to keep on a constant dialogue with absolutely nobody for 60 minutes, it's kind of difficult. I'm learning a lot as I delve into this. I'm learning a lot about really what it takes to be a good, efficient caster. It's timing on what you say. It's where you're looking. A lot of different moving parts, but you know, it's pretty exciting. And the feedback I've got is I think my earlier casts were pretty horrible. It's to be expected. But you know, I'm getting some recent feedback to at least say that I'm casting games and people are getting information out of me. So you know, I'll consider that a win for me. I consider that, hey, I'm kind of eking along. People are actually sitting through my stuff. I don't know if somebody's gonna sit through you know, the 35 minutes that I got here. Maybe it's the time I should start cracking jokes, being funny. You know, it's so hard to be funny on command. But anyway, let's just get back to the game and see what's going on. All right, as far as upgrades and progression, we got air coming in for Protoss. Oh, we got weapon refit. So it looks like we might see some battle cruisers. I'm not sure where the battle cruisers are, but they should be operational soon. We got some planetary fortresses up here. Here is our fusion core pumping away, throbbing and throbbing. We got a couple more barracks going down. So we are going to see, all right, we got a little push in. We got some Colossi going here. Going to try to take on this PF. No, they're not. Oh, lost all of the shields on those Colossus. And they're running back. Running back. Now, they didn't lose any health on those Colossus. Colossis. You know, I've heard the debate over and over by casters. I'm going to say Colossus. Colossi, excuse me. That's what I'm going to use. Colossus. Colossi. Alright, now it looks like there's a little internal battle among the Protoss. Seem to have some issue with each other, and who's going to win? No, actually, what's happening is he's getting rid of, looks like his Zealot to bring in some higher tier troops. So yeah, he has decreased the number of forces. Looks like he is getting rid of his Zealot plate, so you're not going to see any Zealot rushing. Possibly adding some more High Templar to the mix, some Archons. So yeah, it looks like he's going to be doing some Archons. I hear, yeah, I got some more Banshee harass back here. Oh! Banshee harass on the 5-star ports with the carriers. I didn't even notice, but yeah, we are gonna have some carriers arriving and some battle cruisers operational. We are deep into the late game here. Both sides fully teched up, fully ready to go, getting ready to rumble. We've even got a mothership in play. This could be, yeah, this is gonna be fun. I've used a mothership because I actually play Protoss, and I've used a mothership to somewhat value, but man, that thing is slow, and Protoss ball is slow enough. All right, well, the mothership has been revealed. It looks like we've got a lot of SCVs going down. Again, that is normal, just like our earlier destruction of Zealots. He's getting rid of SCVs. He's going to rely on muling, as they call it. So probably on the Terran side, we're going to see a bunch of other extra command centers. Wow, I'm getting good at this. Look at that. Popped in here, found the command centers already. So, yeah, he's just going to be doing a bunch of orbital command centers and just muling like crazy. Doesn't need those SCVs. Going to free up some supply for an actual army. Good stuff. Good stuff. This is going to turn out to be quite a battle. The problem is when you got the map divided, if you can see in the lower left-hand corner, it is divided quite wonderfully. You know, these games can go pretty long. And then it can become a game of attrition. Who's gonna run out of supply first? So yeah, we'll see what happens here. Both sides are 196 apiece. For some reason, they both don't want to go up that extra 4 supply. Got to have an extra 4 supply available, just in case. Protoss is putting up cannons. You know, that's a good idea. And I tend to do this when I've got like my 200 army, and the map is divided up, and I've got a ton of money. Just start popping down cannons to draw that line on this on the map. Cannons are kind of cheesy and kind of newbie, but you know, you can slow them up. At least slow up like a giant ball from hate while you bring in your Protoss group. All right, so yeah, that whole army disappeared. I'm assuming it went to... Oh, it went up here. I missed that. Apparently he brought his mothership up here and then brought in everything like a ball of hate. Alright, we've got the battle. It's going full on. Got mothership in play. Tons of carriers. We got the Yamato cannons powering up, destroying these carriers. We got ghosts. We got so much going on. I'm not even sure how to cast this. What do you do? Looks like the battle cruisers are going to go down to the carriers, and Protoss is going to pretty much chair up the Terran's main base. This, I believe, was the Terran's original base, so any technology he is lifting off his barracks, any technology left behind will have to be rebuilt elsewhere. He's got some siege tanks, but right now with the composition of the Protoss troops, they are useless, just getting hammered away by these carriers. The planetary fortress is getting attacked pretty much with impunity. I do not see a direct response from the Terran just yet. He's probably trying to retreat back, get some kind of army going, but that has not been to any effect so far. Carriers are continuing to hammer away at these planetary fortresses. One planetary fortress goes down. Second one is getting focus fired. Now we see the Colossus from the mixture going into play. It looks like he actually researched the reinforced bunkers. That's how late into the game we are. So this reinforced bunker is still there. Alright, now he's starting to lose some of his supply. He lost 1 starport, or some of his technology, so we'll see less battle cruisers. Okay, we do have 4 battle cruisers coming in, and nice job with the storms. And it looks like he feedbacked them all as well. Well done on the Protoss side. Grubby is now just slowly eking apart, tearing up. All right, he warped. Oh, every trick in the book is going down. Used his mothership and its what is it called? The vortex to take out those battle cruisers. So those battle cruisers pop in, and they just got stormed when they popped out. Well done. Again, the mothership has gone down, but the carriers are still hammering well at the battle cruisers. You can see that Grubby has transitioned to some kind of ground troops, doing the run-in with the zealots. I like the way he's mixing it up during the aggressive activity. Gonna take out this planetary fortress relatively quick. Those carriers are still pushing back the battle cruisers. Battle cruisers trying to do some kind of damage to this slow-moving ball of pain coming down for the Terran. Another thing about casting long games is when the action is this heated so long. I'm losing out here, running out of steam. And it looks like Naama is running out of steam as well. Really, I do not see... Well, let's just keep on watching this. I don't think this is over for Naama just yet. But as these battle cruisers get feedback, as these battle cruisers get stormed, they're kind of the last stand, and he cannot resupply them. They are considered mech, as well as he lost all the starports that they were in. Alright, carriers, I think, are kind of pushing outside their bounds, slowly losing them. He's got 4 carriers. And Terran is just continually getting pushed back. He's losing his barracks. This is a slow, painful death for the Terran. And if you look at the supply, okay, so it does look like Grubby is going to finally kind of pull back a little bit. The aggression's going to slow down. Damage has definitely been done, though. Now, it does look like the Terran is being able to mine over here, and he's being able to mine here with all of his mules. So he is getting supply. The problem is he lost a lot of bunkers. He's still able to keep them battle cruisers. Those battle cruisers are really what's keeping him in play. I gotta take a drink, guys. Hold on 1 second. Alright, so those battle cruisers are really the only thing that's keeping Naama in play right now. At least slowing up. Oh, but are they going to be able to do it? A few more carriers join the troops. We've got some side storms in the ready. Feedbacks in the ready. And I think this might be one of, if not the final pushes from Grubby, our Protoss player. I just do not see Naama being able to sustain this. He's just holding the line. And then there's a storm going down. That battle cruiser goes down. I'm not sure if those mules are for funsies or for repair. Those battle cruisers are... Okay, so we still have a few battle cruisers that are pushing back the carrier force. This is the oddest game I've ever seen. I like it, though. We got high-end technology beating itself against each other. Now, let's look at the Protoss side. Okay, that one's fully functional. This base is fully functional. Oh, wrong one. This base is fully functional. Home is obviously long dead. I don't know. There's a few stuff going on over here, but that's a mess. This is dead. This is still going. And then, of course, the gold is dead. So, you know, we are getting to that attrition point. Despite the fact that the Protoss player has destroyed the bases. They didn't have anything in them either. Anyway, now these cannons and all that stuff is going down like it ain't nothing. How many? Okay, we got a... Oh, this has got to be it. Mothership carrier push right into the heart of Naama's last stand. Come on, let's get this thing done, guys. Let's get this thing done. Nails in the coffin. Nails in the coffin. You can do it, Grubby. You can do it. And he is making that push. He is pushing in. And the battle cruisers. Now, he does have some battle cruisers. Yamato goes down. Oh! Now, he lost some carriers into that warp portal. And it looks like he's just dumping his battle cruisers in there. I'm not sure why. And that one's going to go down by itself. Alright, so now we have, come on, bring in the, alright, storms go down on all the battle cruisers. I'm not sure to what avail that is going to be. We do have, this just massive standoff. Now, if you look at the army size, 95 to 133, but Protoss has to retreat because really all he's got is carriers. And those are going down. This is just freaking going on forever. And you know, I guess Naama does have a chance. If he just keeps on fending this off, Protoss starves because he's just beating his head against the wall. But you know, Protoss isn't going to starve anytime soon. And to be honest, yeah, if anything, if this just continues, Terran's going to starve first. And then once Terran starves, oh my gosh, once Terran starves, he needs to get rid of all these SCVs. Get a bigger army. Alright, probes coming in. Because Protoss is only going to be on so many bases. So, hey, you know, thanks Naama for destroying my probes so I got more supply to bring more hate at you. Which honestly, with the way Naama is defending against anything that comes at him, you gotta do that. He needs more supply. Alright, we got some Archons in the mix. We got those carriers. We got some Colossi. Will this be the magic number that finally pushes past that battle cruiser, whatever it is going on? Weird combination. Ghosts in the back, used pretty decently. He is doing a decent job of repairing and keeping those battle cruisers in place. I didn't even realize that fully upgraded battle cruisers in a defensive posture were so effective. He just could not take them down. Alright, Psionic Storm, Void Rays, and Motherships. So, yeah. Will this be the magic formula? Is this gonna do it? He's pushing in the exact same spot, going against the exact same crucible. We'll see. Alright, Void Rays come in. Storm's going down. Battle cruisers sitting back. Yamatos. Bam! Hitting that Archon, I think. Just a tit for tat back and forth. This battle cruiser is going to get taken out while it was resupplying. Storm's going down on the battle cruisers. Void Rays voiding. And Yamato's going up. Boom! On the Mothership. Mothership is almost down. So we can just forget about that. Might as well push back in there. Void Rays. Focus firing. Hopefully they can get fully charged. If they can fully charge on these battle cruisers, that could be it. But Grubby is just not committing. Just not committing to the push in. And I have no idea why. Is he worried? I mean, this is a a Gigabyte challenge, so it could be possible that he just needs to make sure he's gonna win. But I think he could have took him out a lot earlier. All right, he's pushing in yet again. Focus firing with those Void Rays, got at least one battle cruiser. And there's the attrition point. He's got battle cruisers coming in. This is it. This is it. I don't know if Grubby knows it, but there is no production going on for the Terran. So, 51 minutes and 23 seconds into the game, zero production going on for the Terran. He's cleaning up the back end. Gonna get rid of that starport. Should have probably gotten rid of that a while ago. Got Void Rays coming in. And this is gonna be it finally. I gotta give Naama props. I thought he was dead a long time ago, and really he was. But he just would not let Protoss finish him off. So good job there. But this game, I don't want to call it early, and I don't want you to stop watching my cast, but this game's over. This game is over. So stick around with me for the next few minutes while Grubby realizes the game is over. And looking at the map, we got this little blue corner. The rest of the area is owned by Protoss. Let's look at the units lost tab. Yeah, Terran has lost like a metric ton, a boatload. Those are all measurable units. Metric ton and boatload. Well, metric ton is, but I don't think it's relevant to units lost. But yeah, he's lost a boatload. Alright, one more push down in a little different direction. I'm not sure it really matters. Lift off for no real reason. I mean, Naama's like a little worm on a big freaking hook right now. I think he's standing strong, maybe acting like he's got something he doesn't have. Biding his time, enjoying his time here at the Gigabyte tournament. Grubby is at 198 and Naama's at meager 79, which is actually below his supply count. He's destroying stuff right and left. This is pretty funny. This is pretty funny. Let's put that nail in the coffin there, Grubby. Come on, come on. You can do it, buddy. I got all the faith in the world in you. Alright. This has got to be it. This has got... okay, Void Rays. It's so hilarious being faced with what he did, you can tell that Grubby is being extra paranoid. Got Void Rays coming in the top. I think he's going to try a multi-pronged attack. Possibly. And the mothership is now here. Ah, and he freaks out. Look at this. This is hilarious. Naama is just putting down the scans. And that scan alone scared Grubby. That is funny. A scan killed Grubby. And really, a scan is all Naama has. All he has is, hey, I'm going to scan you and act like I'm bringing something. And, of course, Grubby, he's like, oh, I got to run. Come on, Grub. Come on. You can do it. No, really. All right, mothership coming over here. I think he's going to do that little call to arms. What is it called? Mass recall. Motherships are so rarely used, and despite the fact I am a Protoss player, it's so rarely used. And he's trying to pull some trick. He's like, you won't know. You'll scan over here. Oh, is he pushing in? He's pushing in up front. And then I think he's going to try to do a mass recall someplace else when things fall apart over here. Little does he know, I don't think it's going to fall apart over here. More scans. Mothership's going up. And, you know, it's funny. I get what he's doing. He's trying to pull some tricky stuff, but it don't matter. This is all that Naama has, and it doesn't matter what side you come at it from. You gotta come at it. Okay, now the battle cruisers are heading over there, and then we got the warp in, which, you know, we could have come in from the front. Doesn't matter. That's all he's got. Taking out that PF, I guess that'll be good. It'd be good if he like charged up his Void Rays on it. Could be useful. That was the weirdest thing. He just landed the command center on the vortex, and there go the battle cruisers. They've kind of reached that threshold of no longer being valuable. Grubby is gonna finally clean this up. And the good game finally comes down from Naama. And the lull. I like that. He lulled out. And that is a giant lull. Because I don't think Grubby was aware that this game was long over. Probably 10, 15 minutes ago. But, you know, if you don't go in there for the kill. And it is a tournament. And Naama was able to push him off. With what he had. Anyway, good, exciting, long game. I guess this is building up my caster endurance. So if you stuck around this long, thank you very much. Come back, subscribe, post a comment, tell me what I did right. And you could tell me what I did wrong. Yeah, thumbs up. Oh, thumbs up, you know. If you like what you see, I'll make more. But anyway, thanks for watching.